He's the man who launched rockets, the mind behind electric cars, satellites, and space dreams. Elon Musk, the symbol of innovation. And then came a sentence. We'll take a look at deporting him. Just 9 words, spoken by a president. He didn't shout, he didn't laugh, but those words lit a fire across the world. This is the story of power, of pride, of a billionaire versus a president. Elon versus Trump. One sentence that shook America. Are you ready? Let's begin. Chapter 1. Trump's words go viral. It happened on a quiet Thursday. The press room was full. Cameras flashed. Trump walked to the podium. He looked serious. Reporters raised their hands. One man shouted, "Mr. President, what do you say about Elon Musk?" Trump paused. He smiled. Then he said it. "We'll take a look at deporting him." Silence. Then, gasps, typing, phones buzzing. The internet caught fire. News websites wrote, "Trump threatens to deport Elon Musk." "President targets Tesla CEO. War between Trump and Musk begins." The words spread in seconds. America was shocked. The world was watching. But what did Trump really mean? Was he joking? Was it a threat? Or just another loud sentence from a loud man? People had questions. Too many. Some laughed. Some got angry. Others were afraid. Musk was silent. But the history between the two men wasn't simple. Trump once praised Musk. He called him a genius, a doer, the kind of man America needs. Musk also said good things. Long ago. But now, it was war. Outside, protesters held signs. "Leave Elon alone." "Trump can't deport citizens." "Tech power vs. political power." Twitter exploded. YouTube channels made videos in minutes. TikTok was full of theories, jokes, and fear. Some believed Trump was just angry. Others thought it was planned. A move to scare. A message to Musk or others. Elon Musk had said nothing. Yet. But everyone knew. He would speak soon. And when he did, the next fire would start. In Silicon Valley, nervous men in suits asked, "What if Elon leaves America? What if Trump blocks Tesla from new projects? What if this becomes more than words?" Investors watched. The stock market shook. Tesla lost 3% in 1 hour. Back in Washington, people were confused. Can a president deport a U.S. citizen? Is Elon even still South African? What does the law say? No one had clear answers. But the drama had already begun. And all of it started with one sentence. Just one. We'll take a look. Chapter 2. Elon's American Dream. Before the drama, before the threat, before the fire of politics and power, there was a boy. His name was Elon Musk. He was born in South Africa in 1971. He loved books. He loved science. He dreamed about space. while other kids played football. He wasn't popular. He was quiet. He was bullied. One day, a group of boys threw him down the stairs. He broke his nose. But Elon didn't stop dreaming. At 17, Elon made a choice. He left South Africa. He said goodbye to home, to family, to everything. He went to Canada first. Then he moved to America, the land of opportunity. In America, he studied at the University of Pennsylvania. He worked hard, very hard. While others slept, Elon read. Elon built. Elon planned. His first company was a tech startup. It helped people find directions on the internet. He sold it, made millions. Then he created PayPal. Yes, PayPal, the money transfer site that changed how people shop online. He sold it too, and made even more millions. But money wasn't enough. Elon wanted something bigger. He looked at the stars and said, "Let's go to Mars." So, he created SpaceX. People laughed at first. Rocket science? Too hard? Too crazy? Too expensive? But Elon kept going. His rockets exploded, again and again. But he tried again. In 2008, finally, the Falcon 1 reached orbit. SpaceX survived. Then came Tesla. Electric cars. Clean energy. A future without oil. Another dream. Another mountain. More failure. More risk. But more success. Elon Musk became a symbol. A symbol of innovation. A man who dared to dream big. A man who changed cars, space, energy, even the internet. He became a U.S. citizen in 2002, legally, officially, proudly. He once said, "America is the land where great things are possible." He believed it. So now, when the president says, "We'll take a look at deporting him," it's not just an insult. It's not just politics. It's a challenge to the American dream. The dream that brought a boy from South Africa to the stars. Chapter 3. From Friends to Enemies. There was a time. They smiled together. They shook hands. They even spoke the same language. Success, money, power. Yes, Donald Trump and Elon Musk were once on the same side. Back in 2016, when Trump won the election, he needed strong people around him. Businessmen, thinkers, builders. So, he invited Elon Musk. He gave him a seat, a chair in the White House, part of the president's council. It was a smart move. Elon had ideas. Elon had vision. And for a short time, they worked together. Trump said, "Elon is a winner. He's changing the world." Elon said, "If I can help the country, I will." There was respect, maybe not deep friendship, but something close. Then, things started to change. Trump left the Paris Climate Agreement. That meant less focus on clean energy, less care for the environment. Elon didn't agree. Not at all. So he walked away. He left the White House Council. In a tweet, he wrote, "Climate change is real. Leaving Paris is bad for the world. I'm out." That was the first break. Later, Elon criticized other decisions about immigration, about science, about free speech. He didn't attack Trump directly. Not at first. But the distance grew. Colder. Stronger. Public. In 2022, Elon bought Twitter. He called it X, a new digital battlefield. And slowly, he allowed voices that Trump liked, but also voices Trump didn't like. It confused people. Was Elon for Trump or against him? By 2023, the answer became clear. Trump ran for president again. Elon didn't support him. He didn't donate. He didn't cheer. He stayed quiet. Too quiet. And then, Elon spoke. In a post, he said, "America needs a leader with a real plan, not just loud words." Trump saw it. And Trump doesn't forget. From that moment, the friendship was dead. Then came 2025. Trump was back in the White House, more powerful, more aggressive, more ready to hit back. And Elon? Still rich, still loud, still independent. A dangerous mix. Now, Trump didn't just ignore Musk. He wanted to punish him. And that's when he said it. "We'll take a look at deporting him." Not just words, a warning. A shot fired. The two men, once close, now stood on opposite sides of a very deep line. Business versus government. Tech versus politics. Elon versus Trump. Chapter 4. The Tweet That Broke the Silence. The world was waiting. Reporters wrote headlines. TV shows screamed. People on social media asked the same question. What will Elon Musk say? But Elon said nothing. Not for 1 hour. Not for 1 day. Not for 3 whole days. Then, on the 4th day, he logged in. He opened his app. The app he bought. The app now called X. He typed just 12 words. But they hit like a bomb. "I built rockets, cars, satellites, but now he wants to deport me?" The internet froze, then exploded. Millions of likes, hundreds of thousands of reposts. People took sides instantly. Some wrote, "Elon is the future. Don't touch him." Others shouted, "He thinks he's above the law." The tweet became the most shared post of the week. But Elon didn't stop. He posted again, this time with fire. "I pay billions in taxes. I create jobs. What have you built, Mr. President?" Boom. A direct hit. The war was no longer silent. Now it was public. Loud. Hot. Trump saw it. He never stays quiet for long. At a rally in Florida, he shouted to the crowd, "Elon Musk thinks he owns America. Well, I've got news for him. He doesn't." The crowd roared, flags waved, and the message was clear. Trump had chosen his enemy. Elon, of course, answered again, with just one word: sad. People laughed. Others cheered. Memes filled the internet. But behind the jokes was something more serious. Elon started moving money, changing plans, talking with lawyers. His companies, Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, X, all based in the U.S., could they be at risk? Could Trump block government contracts? Could he cut licenses, limit funding? Could this become a real attack? Journalists began to dig. Legal experts went on TV. Some said, a U.S. citizen can't be deported. Others warned, but Trump doesn't always follow the rules. Elon was not afraid. Not outside. But inside, he knew. This fight wasn't just about words anymore. It was about power. And only one of them could win. Chapter 5. Inside the White House, Anger. The door closed. Inside the Oval Office, the air was hot. Not from the weather, but from Trump's voice. He slammed his hand on the table. Papers jumped. He thinks he's bigger than me? Advisors stood in silence. Nobody moved. Nobody spoke first. Elon's tweet had touched a nerve. Not just any nerve, the biggest one. Trump hated one thing more than losing: being disrespected, especially in public, especially by someone rich, especially by someone like Musk. "Let's hit him," Trump said. "Take away his space deals. Stop federal money to Tesla. Make him feel it." The advisors looked at each other. One asked carefully, "Sir, he's a U.S. citizen. He can't be deported." Trump looked straight at him. "We'll find a way." They made a list. Review all Musk's contracts. Search his visa and citizenship history. Talk to IRS about his taxes. Pressure states where his factories are. This was no longer a joke. It was a mission. Make Elon Musk pay. In another room of the White House, a lawyer whispered, "This could explode. We're not ready for this fight." But no one was listening. Trump had made up his mind. Outside, reporters waited. They saw faces, tired faces, angry faces. One shouted, "Any comment on Musk?" The reply came later, through Trump's favorite tool, his mouth. At another rally, he said, "We built the roads he uses. We power the lights in his factories. Without America, there is no Elon Musk." The crowd cheered. But in private, some people weren't so sure. One senator said quietly, "He's picking a fight with the richest man on earth. That's risky." Another added, "Musk has fans. He has power. He has platforms. This could backfire. Meanwhile, in Texas, at a Tesla factory, Elon stood by a robot. He looked calm, but he was thinking hard, very hard. He knew what was coming, and he wasn't planning to sit still. In a private meeting with his team, he said, "If they push, we'll push back harder. We can move. We can fight. We're not just one man. We are many." Back in Washington, Trump looked at the news. Polls were changing. People were talking. Some called him strong. Some called him dangerous. But Trump didn't care. He just smiled and whispered, "Let's see what the genius does next." Chapter 6. Can Elon be deported? The question was everywhere. Can Elon Musk really be deported? TV shows asked it. YouTubers asked it. Even school kids asked it in class. Trump's words were clear. We'll take a look at deporting him. But was it possible? Let's go back in time. Elon Musk was born in South Africa. He moved to Canada at 17. Later, he came to the United States. In 2002, he became a U.S. citizen, not just a green card holder, not on a visa. He took the oath. He became American. So, the answer? No. A U.S. citizen cannot be deported. It's illegal. It's impossible, unless the person lied to get citizenship. And Elon? His papers were clean. He passed every step. But Trump is not just any man. He is the President of the United States. He doesn't like to lose. He doesn't like to be told no. Could he try something else? Could he use taxes? Could he use federal laws? Could he send agents to check Tesla factories? The law is one thing. Power is another. On the news, a former White House lawyer said, "He can't deport Elon, but he can make life very hard." Some call it legal pressure. Others call it revenge. The White House said nothing official, but sources whispered, they are looking into contracts. They are talking with agencies. They want Elon to feel the heat. At the same time, Elon Musk's legal team was busy. Very busy. They checked every document, every signature, every rule. They even made backup plans, just in case. We can move some teams to Europe. We can transfer data centers to Singapore. We'll stay ahead. Elon didn't panic, but he prepared. Meanwhile, social media was full of fear and jokes. Maybe he'll go to Mars now. Trump wants to deport the guy who made the rockets? Elon should build his own country. But under the jokes, many people were afraid. What if this happens to others? What if power can silence innovation? What if politics can destroy progress? And then came the question no one wanted to ask. If Trump can't deport him, will he try to destroy him another way? Some said he'll ban SpaceX from NASA deals. Others said he'll block Tesla from government support. Another warned he'll open investigations just to scare him. It wasn't about the law anymore. It was about control, about two giants in a storm. Trump, the president, Elon, the tech king. One with the law in hand, the other with technology in his pocket. One final comment came from a former judge. He cannot deport him. But in today's world, the law is not the only weapon. The battle had entered a new stage. Not just words, not just tweets. Strategy, silence, power, fear. The question had an answer. But the fight? It had only just begun. Chapter 7. The World Reacts. The news crossed oceans. From New York to London, from Tokyo to Berlin. Everyone was talking about it. Trump versus Musk. President versus billionaire. Power versus power. In Europe, the reaction came fast. The German chancellor said, "We value Elon Musk's innovation. He is welcome in Europe." In France, the Minister of Industry wrote on Twitter, "Mr. Musk, Paris is ready for you." Even Spain made a move. "We have land. We have tech workers. Bring Tesla here." Suddenly, Elon had new friends, new options. In China, state media smiled. No attack, no support. Just one cold sentence. When empires fight inside, the rest of the world watches. In Russia, a government TV host joked, "They want to deport the man who builds rockets? Maybe he can build one to escape." The audience laughed, but behind the laughter was truth. This moment was serious and global. In the stock markets, chaos began. Tesla stock dropped 5%, then 3% more. SpaceX, a private company, felt the heat too. Investors were nervous. What if the U.S. government cut support? Some people sold their shares. Others held tight, trusting Elon. On social media, the world split. Hashtags flew. Stand with Elon. Trump eyes, right, no one is above the law. Tech vs politics. Leave Elon alone. People made memes, videos, songs. But the mood was not just funny. It was tense, emotional, real. In Washington, D.C., foreign ambassadors met. They asked, "Is America still safe for global business? Can politics destroy contracts? What message does this send?" No one had answers. Meanwhile, inside Tesla's factories, workers watched. Some were proud. Some were scared. A young engineer said, "I came to America because of freedom. Now I see fear growing. If they can attack Elon, who's next?" Elon Musk stayed calm in public. But in private meetings, he looked at the big map. He pointed at Europe, at Asia, at Africa. "We build here, and we can expand faster if needed." He wasn't running. He was preparing. In Silicon Valley, Other tech CEOs held emergency calls. Google, Apple, Meta, Amazon. What if this wasn't just about Musk? What if they were next? A tech lawyer said, "Today it's Elon. Tomorrow, maybe you." The room went silent. In New York, a group of freedom activists organized a march. Their signs read, "Ideas are not crimes. Support innovation, not intimidation. Elon, we've got your back." Thousands joined. Voices rose. Police watched. It was peaceful, this time. Back at the White House, Trump saw it all. He flipped through news channels. He watched clips on social media. He smiled. Good. Let them talk. I'm still in charge. But deep down, he felt something strange. He wasn't the only giant anymore, and the world, it was watching both. Chapter 8. Elon's Final Warning. The pressure was growing. Trump was louder than ever. His supporters cheered. His enemies feared. And Elon? He stayed quiet. Until now. It was a Tuesday morning. Sky gray, wind strong. Elon Musk stood on a stage in Texas. Behind him, big screens, Tesla logos, SpaceX rockets. Thousands watched live. Millions watched online. People expected a new product. A robot? A rocket? A car? But Elon gave them something else. A warning. He looked into the crowd. He held the microphone tight. They want to scare me. They want to stop me. But they forgot something important. I don't scare. Cheers. Then silence. He continued. If they block us, we move. If they cancel us, we adapt. We are not one company. We are not one man. We are a movement. The crowd clapped. Some stood. Then came the big moment. Elon looked straight at the camera. His voice slowed down. If this continues, I will take bold action. A pause. We are already speaking with other countries. We are ready to shift operations. This is not a threat. This is reality. Boom. News channels called it the Musk ultimatum. Some called it genius. Some called it dangerous. But everyone listened. That same hour, stock prices changed. Tesla went up, then down. Other CEOs made statements. Some supported Elon, others stayed silent, not wanting Trump's anger. In Washington, Trump's team met fast. One advisor asked, "What if he really moves factories?" Another said, "What if he takes Starlink away from the military?" The room got tense. Trump didn't shout this time. He just said, "Let him try." But his eyes said something else. He knew the game was changing. Elon posted again that night. Just one sentence. "Don't make me build outside the stars." Was it a joke? Or a message? People wondered. Is he planning something more? A new project? A secret company? A digital country? At SpaceX, workers whispered about Plan Omega. No one knew what it meant, but everyone felt it. Something big was coming. In private, Elon met with lawyers, then with engineers, then with ambassadors. He said, "This is not just about me. This is about the future of innovation, about freedom to build, to speak, to think. If we lose that, we lose everything." Around the world, fans and critics reacted. In Brazil, people marched with signs, "Elon for freedom." In Japan, a tech magazine printed, "Can one man defend innovation against government power?" In the UAE, a prince tweeted, "Our doors are open, always." Even in space, Elon's satellites moved silently. Starlink grew stronger, wider, faster. Some said he was preparing his own internet, one no president could touch, a free zone, a digital nation, without borders. Back in the US, young people spoke out. A girl from Ohio posted, "I may not own a Tesla, but I believe in what he stands for." Don't let the future be silenced. Trump held one more rally. He shouted, "We're not afraid of billionaires. This country follows rules, not robots." But this time, the cheer was softer. Some people looked unsure. Maybe Elon had made them think. Because this was no longer about two men. This was about the future. Chapter 9. One sentence, big consequences. It all started with one sentence. We'll take a look at deporting him. Just 9 words, spoken by a president, about a billionaire. He said them on a stage, and they shook the world. Weeks had passed since then, but the storm was still strong. News didn't stop. Social media didn't sleep. The world kept watching. In Washington, things were changing. Behind closed doors, advisors spoke in softer voices. Some said, "Maybe it's time to move on." Others said, "This is getting too big." But Trump? He never admitted defeat. He simply said, "History will judge." Meanwhile, Elon Musk was moving faster than ever. Tesla started building a new factory in India. SpaceX signed new deals in Europe and South America. Starlink began offering free service in crisis zones. He was not hiding. He was growing. In public, Elon didn't speak much anymore. No more fire, no more warnings. He just worked. And the silence was loud. But the effects were clear. One small startup in Austin got inspired. The founder said, "We don't have money like Elon, but we have courage, and that's enough." Other companies followed. They opened new labs, took more risks, dared to speak up. At universities, professors held debates. Should government limit powerful innovators? Can freedom survive inside politics? Young people raised their hands. They weren't afraid to ask hard questions. They weren't afraid to dream bigger. In a quiet interview, Elon finally spoke again. His voice was calm, slow, thoughtful. I came to America because it was a place of possibility. Not because it was perfect, but because it allowed people to try. He paused. If that changes, we all lose something, not just me. The clip went viral. Again. And Trump? He didn't reply. Not directly. But at his next speech, he said, "I have no problem with innovation, as long as it follows American rules." A safe answer. A step back. Some called it a soft retreat. Others called it wise. Either way, the heat was lower now. What did we learn? That words have power. That power can shake markets. That silence can speak louder than speeches. And that even in a world of rockets and robots, it still comes down to people. People who fight. People who build. People who stand. One boy once dreamed of the stars. He became a man, a maker of rockets, cars, and dreams. One man once sat in the highest office. He spoke. The world listened. And because of that one moment, the world changed. A little, but enough. It was never just about Musk or Trump or politics. It was about what kind of future we want. One led by fear, or one led by freedom. The story ends here. For now. But in the shadows of every invention, and behind every law, there is always a voice. Sometimes loud, sometimes quiet, sometimes just a sentence, and sometimes that sentence changes everything.